if you're in bad weather, there's good weather coming right around the corner. You know, it's like if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes.
Any reason to leave, or are you here for good?
I mean, I'm in real estate, so why would I leave now?
So there's a ton of potential there that I've seen, like kind of from the outside looking in.
Yeah. So what I've seen thus far, my knowledge is not even close to expert level in Louisville at this time. I'm still learning a lot, but from what I understand, that new Lou is kind of on the outskirts of downtown, kind of like you kind of compare it to like maybe a newer age Broad Ripple, kind of like a sub area from downtown, right, where you got 4th Street Live and the Yum Center and the Galt House Hotel and everything on the river. Yeah. So yeah, I mean there is some development, but we're learning that the development is definitely very different. Louisville is a big little city. That's the best way I can describe it. I mean, you can pretty much 20 minutes get you from one end to the other. That's very different than here. I still don't consider Indianapolis like a big city. I think it's right in that sweet spot. But there's a lot of development going on down there. I mean, but it's what I've learned even in Indiana. Like Louisville is only 2 hours down 65. So completely different than Indianapolis. Same thing with Lafayette and Bloomington and Fort Wayne and South Bend, like all those markets, so different than Indy.
It's interesting for me, like growing up in a place like California, where you drive to Southern California, like for the 3 hour like radius from any given point, you're in LA. You know, it's like you're in Pasadena, you're in, Redondo Beach, you're in Rancho Cucamonga, like all those people would be like, we're in LA. But it's just that urban sprawl has kind of just like enveloped all of these original small towns.
Yeah.
But to have, the way it works out here in the Midwest is so different from that. Having like you were saying, like the different identities for each of these either mid-major or smaller city kind of locations. Like each one has its own identity and sort of its own subculture.
Yeah.
You're from Indy originally, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So any reason to leave, or are you here for good?
I mean, I'm in real estate, so why would I leave now?
Yeah.
Right? I'd have to uproot everything. I mean, there's been interest, before I got into real estate in 2014, my wife and I were not married, not engaged yet. Right. I was actually working like property management, like multifamily stuff. And that's actually kind of how we met was through that industry. But, multifamily, we could have picked up and moved anywhere we wanted to. My wife was originally born in the Alameda, California. It's like the Bay Area. Then she lived in Colorado Springs, and then she moved here. So, for her, it was kind of like, that's no big deal. Like, let's just move somewhere else and relocate. And I'm like, I mean, that's easy for you to say. You've done it before. The farthest I've been away from home was Bloomington for 4 years and Chicago for like 6 months after college. So, I've really never left the Midwest. So, thinking of an idea of moving to Colorado or, wherever was a big deal. So never really been keen on doing that. But I mean, I could see us maybe jumping somewhere else come retirement. Kids are in college or out of college, just for a fresh look. But, my family's here, my sister's here, all my friends are here. And, now her friends, the majority of them are here too. So it's kind of like we don't really have a reason to.
Like Ryan's a transplant from California, but I feel the same way about Indiana. Like there's lots of things to love about it. There's some things that I wish I could change, but like my entire lineage is here. All of my aunts and uncles and cousins, all my friends and work and everything. And it would be just kind of mind-boggling to like just uproot everything. And
so you're talking about like the negative things like snow in the beginning of November?
Yeah. There's that.
I know.
Like fake.
Love freezing cold temperatures.
Yeah.
It's like a fake spring in springtime when you think it's about to be spring, but like just kidding. There's a few more weeks of snow. We got like a fake winter.
Yeah.
Where now it's going to be 65.
It's like I'm heading to St. Louis this weekend. And I'm like, great. Like I got my quarter zips, everything packed, and I'm looking at the forecast. I'm like, it's supposed to be 77 degrees on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm going to a hockey game, so it's going to be cold inside. I can't wear shorts. So, I love just about everything there is to love about Indiana. I mean, I think the only negative thing is the outside noise that we get about being a flyover state. Like all you got is corn. It's like, okay, well, we actually have cars that go really fast around a track. And we've got the Pacers and the Colts, and we've got we're a sports town now, right? Like everybody's thriving. Yep. But I think the only thing that I really have as a downside is the weather.
Like Ryan's got some good opinions about like the seasonal changes, like kind of making you a little bit hardier of a person. But yeah, I think if that's one thing I could change about Indiana, I don't love the snow.
Yeah, that's always my because I've got a bunch of California family, and they've never left. They've lived in California their whole life, never left, never will leave. And I've got family in Texas too, and it's just like that. Like they cannot leave those places because their perception is that they'll wither away and die if they go somewhere where cold, and they might be right.
I mean the winners here will build character.
Yeah,
I think that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Everybody that has the seasonal depression and all that stuff, like it is what it is. Give me snow on Christmas, we're good.
Yeah. Well, I spent part of a winter in Portland, and I mean that seasonal depression's different out there than it is here.
Dreary.
Like, it's real dreary. It's the fogginess. The sky feels like it's right above the top of your head.
Yep.
And that's not what our winters are like out here. I mean, yes, it gets cold, but we've also got a lot of clear days. And the joke is regardless of whether you're in the summer or the winter, it's like if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, because it's just, if you're in bad weather, there's good weather coming right around the corner here.
Yeah.
And if you're in good weather, like, chill out because it's about to get bad.
Yeah. No, it's like, it's a nice 80-degree day in the middle of July, and it's like, psych, tomorrow it's going to be 97 degrees and the humidity is going to be 90.
Yeah, but I don't know. It keeps you on your toes. I think I did not really feel like I had become a proper, Hoosier, a proper Midwesterner until I was like, okay, I'm actually prepared for anything. I've got different levels of jackets in my trunk. Yep. at all times. I've got the proper footwear. My first year living in Indianapolis, I'd get caught, taking the trash out in my gym shorts and flip-flops in January all the time because, I was a Californian. So I was like, I didn't have the mindset of like, just be prepared for the elements because, you don't know what they're going to be.
If you're in Indiana, you got to have 4 jackets. You got to have a windbreaker. You got to have like a light soft shell jacket. Mm-hmm. And you got to have like your nicer wool jacket. You got to have a snow jacket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I feel that on all levels.
Yeah.
There's also plenty of Hoosiers who will do what you just described too, like take out their trash because they're just like, it's only 30 degrees.
I do that all the time.
It could be 5 degrees.
When I went to high school with a couple guys that wore shorts year round, they were like, it's hot in school. But it's 4 degrees outside.
Yeah.
But I think the big difference is doing it intentionally, where it's just like, I'm all right with it. I'm accepting. I know it's cold out there, but it's like a cold plunge without water. I'm just going to go do that. But it's different when you're like you're not used to seasons and then you just walk outside and you're sad and miserable because you're like, my toes are cold.
Yeah. That's why you got to get the slides and wear the socks with the sandals to take out the trash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's by the way, very, very much a Midwestern style. The slides with socks with, sweatpants and a hoodie to complete the look. Mm-hmm. That look, we had a word for that in California, just to give you some alternative culture. It was, and this was also, I think, a millennial thing versus I think Gen Z has really more so embraced socks with slides or socks with like flip-flops. But that's for one thing, California was like, with the beach culture, it was always like you had to wear, like, even slides were not seen as like a good, it was, you had to wear the rainbow sandals, like the flip-flops, and if you were ever wearing socks with those, they called those people shoebies. So shoebies were like people who wore like socks with sandals, or people who wore like lace-up sneakers and socks on the beach, versus being barefoot or just wearing sandals. But I don't know. I thought that was a tough one for me to break mentally. Is like I can't do that. I can't wear socks with slides, but it's so practical when you're here. Like in the winter, like you got to keep your feet warm.
I'm not saying it's socially acceptable or fashion.
Yeah.
I don't even know the word for it. I don't care. I don't care. I mean, it works, right? If it works, I'm going to do it.
It's extremely practical.
So fashionable. That's the word I was looking for. But
slides in the Midwest are like house slippers for most of the country, right? Like it's just, I have socks on right now. I'm going to put my slides on.
Well, and you just got to have the solid sole black or blue Adidas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The ones that have been popular since the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the best ones. I've tried the Lulu slides. They don't hold a candle to the Adidas ones. I'll go out and get my hot tub, and like the Lulu ones, it's like you got a saltwater tub. It's like it's now covered in like salt crystals. And like the Adidas ones that are like $20 at Shoe Carnival are way better.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing beats the Adidas slides. I tried to get on the Crocs game for a while, and Crocs are comfortable. I'll say that, but I just, for whatever reason, my go-to is still the Adidas slides.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, they just work. They're the right weight. Just everything about them.
Yep.
And they haven't changed them in 30 years. That's probably why.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I do think I think it's fashionable because to bring it back to real estate, that argument of does form follow function or does function follow form? I'm very much I believe form follows function.
Agree.
So it's like if it's practical, if it works, that's art.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can check out our full library of episodes wherever you get your podcasts.